There was a tragedy on Friday night. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I'm just making some tea for breakfast because I don't have any coffee. I have zero coffee. I need to go shopping. Actually, that just reminded me to do something. So I have no coffee, which is like a huge issue in my eyes. So I told myself I was gonna go to the grocery store the day that I used my last tablespoons of coffee. Didn't go to the store. Then yesterday I said, I'm gonna just go yesterday. Didn't go. And now look at us today. I'm having tea. I'm honestly probably not gonna go to the store today either, just because I don't feel like it. Maybe I'll go tomorrow, I don't know. Tea with honey, and I'm gonna add some of my homemade soy milk. Y'all, I'm obsessed with this. So good. Like I won't say like I definitely can't say I will never drink store-bought non-dairy milk again, because if I go to like a coffee shop or something, they're using store-bought milk, like commercial company milk. But it's just so easy to make your own. I love knowing that I'm drinking clean soy milk. There's nothing like a good cup of tea with the right amount of sweetness and the right amount of milk. And give y'all a little recap of my weekend. Actually, my Friday, because that was the only day that I went out this weekend. So I had the best meal that I've had this year so far. And actually, I think I want to say the best meal I've had, even if you include 2024 as well. Oh my gosh. So today is actually my friend Shayla's birthday, but we celebrated her birthday this weekend. We went out for dinner, and we went out on Friday night. And so, we just did the whole birthday dinner thing, which was cool. She had a nice color theme. She asked us all to wear pink, which was fun. Actually, is that gonna be in this vlog or the previous vlog? Either you have seen already the clips of me shopping for my pink outfit, or I'll insert it here. And by the way, for some reason, whatever reason that may be, I posted that video on Thursday or Friday, one of them. I posted it on Thursday or Friday, and it blew up, viral video, over 100,000 views for some reason. I really don't understand why, but that doesn't really matter. But I was not expecting that video to go viral. So that was just me shopping for my pink dress for Friday for the birthday dinner. Shayla chose the restaurant for her birthday dinner, obviously. And so, whatever it was gonna be, I was gonna be there. When it's other people's day, if you wanna go to a crab boil place, I'll go. I don't have to eat anything. I'll eat before I come, but I'll be there for the vibes kind of thing. She didn't choose a crab boil place though. But she chose a steakhouse, which is fine. Also, I've gone to steakhouses before. If you're just watching me for the first time, you may not know this, but I'm a vegetarian, so this is where this conversation is going. So she chose this really nice steakhouse from what I could see. A quick Google search tells you they have maybe $2 to $3 signs or $3 to $4 signs. I don't really know. But if I had to pick one, I would say they're a $3 sign kind of restaurant. They're steakhouse. And so whatever, I am fully prepared to either have to eat beforehand or to order sides. That's the life of a vegetarian. I'm used to it. And also it's not as miserable as it sounds, as some people may think that it is. It's really not that bad, you guys. And then Shayla told me that she actually looked beforehand and made sure she selected a place that had things for me to eat. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I honestly do feel bad sometimes when people do that. I completely appreciate it, very much so. But also I feel bad because I'm like, well, what if they really wanted to go to the other steakhouse, or they wanted to go to, like I said, a seafood restaurant or something like that. So sometimes I do feel bad in that sense, but I'm always super appreciative. So when she said that, and that was maybe a month ago or a few weeks ago, when she said that, I remember looking at the menu. I was like, I just got to find one thing that I can eat and that I am interested in, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I think I did that. But leading up to actually going to the restaurant, I didn't do any more research. I just left it alone. I didn't even look at like, you know, TikToks of the restaurant or anything, because that's where we were going anyways. And I already knew the vibe was like dressy, so I already know how to dress. I didn't really do any research. So the restaurant is called the Americano. It's located at the Intercontinental in Buckhead. And I actually didn't know that until like the day of, that it was located in a hotel. So I went, I valeted my car because I did a little research beforehand. If you're going to the Americano, just valet. From what I read online, they said they validate self-parking and they validate valet, the restaurant. I saw reviews that said when they left the self-park after they validated, they had to pay $5. And when they left the valet after they validated, they had to pay $7. So me wearing heels and a short mini dress, I was like, I'll pay the extra $2 and just like valet, whatever. So I ended up doing that, and because you know, parking in Atlanta is ridiculous actually. Almost every place, every restaurant that you go to on like a Friday or a Saturday night, like that type of vibe, like a fancy, nice restaurant, even if it's not the nicest restaurant, a lot of the places down here, you have to pay to park. It's insane. Unless it's a chain restaurant. It's annoying, but it's a way of life here. So like you always have to include it in your budget. I went inside. As soon as I walked up to the restaurant and like saw the vibe in person, I was like, oh yes, chef's kiss. First of all, the signage, gorgeous, because they have like, it's in the hotel. So if you're coming from the hotel and walking to the restaurant, you know, I guess they thought about it and they're like, you know, we want people to have signage so you can see and get the vibe. Like, I'm very aesthetics driven. I care about how the food tastes, but I'm very aesthetics driven as well. And so I really loved the design of them having the sign. It was very much so a wow factor. I walked up to the hostess booth, and before I could even get there, they greeted me. They welcomed me. They asked me, you know, if I'm meeting someone or whatever. I gave them the party name. They walked me. Very nice service. And that was just from the host, you know, the host stand. So they walked me, guided me to the table. I sat down. The waiter came around. He took my drink order. He was extremely nice. The waiter, the beverage waiter, the manager came to our table. And I think someone else came to our table, but I don't know what his position was, unless I'm getting them confused. But service, y'all, this is the best service that I've received in Atlanta. There's only one other place that I could think of that I received such like great service, like attention to detail and friendliness. I would say that this is like number one, because the other place was Toast on Lenox. The very first time that I went to Toast on Lenox, which was the year that they opened. It was like, I think I went to Toast a month after they opened. And there's a waiter there. I think he still works there. He was so nice. I'll never forget him, that kind of vibe. And so the Americano, the waiter there, he was very nice as well. You know, very friendly, jokes, gave us recommendations for every single thing, told us what not to taste and what to taste. But yeah, I was just like absolutely blown away by the service, the attention to detail, the like, I don't know, like they were just very, you know, understanding. Like definitely. I did a TikTok and I said service was a 20 out of 10. So I really appreciated that. And now I ordered my drink. I kind of knew what I wanted, like just browsing at the cocktail menu. I knew I wanted like a cocktail on the menu. Usually if I go to a restaurant and they have a well thought out cocktail menu, I'll order from there instead of like ordering my own, you know, like, oh, can I get a, I don't know, cranberry vodka. Like, no, I want a cocktail that, you know, they specialize in. And so I ordered something called the Trusted Teacher, which was a whiskey-based drink, but it had a bunch of other ingredients. Like, I think it was a, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was a miso, lemongrass, sochu, yuzu, and black cherry. I might be missing one other ingredient. But I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like, I've had yuzu before, and I like it. It's an acquired taste. But I like it. It's like a lemony citrus kind of thing. So I asked the waiter about it. I was like, I'm thinking about getting this. Like, what do you think? He was like, well, what do you like? I was like, well, I do like whiskey. Like, I like whiskey drinks. He's like, oh yeah, you'll like it. It's like a whiskey sour, but a little bit different. I was like, oh, that's all you had to tell me? I love whiskey sours. I was like, you don't have to tell me anything else. That's what I'm ordering. So I ordered it. The drink came relatively quickly, like maybe 5 minutes. or yeah, like 5 minutes it came. The drink, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it was a well-made drink. Definitely well-made. The flavors were balanced. The alcohol was the right amount of alcohol versus the other ingredients. Perfectly made. Presentation was also really nice. Like, it was a simple looking drink, but it was very well presented. Now, the flavor of it, I did like it, but I could understand why somebody might not like it. And I don't know if I would say that it's like a whiskey sour. It is like a whiskey sour because it's whiskey and sours, but it's more tart than a whiskey sour that you would expect. Usually when I get a whiskey sour, it's something a little bit, you know, like it's a little bit sweeter, but you know, a whiskey sour can be made plenty of different ways. But I did enjoy my drink. I drank the whole thing, no problem at all. I had my friend try it and she said, you know, like, cause she was thinking about getting it, but she wanted to try mine before she ordered it. So she was like, yeah, I probably won't get that. So I was like, I understand. Like, I could see why somebody would say this just isn't their like cup of tea, but I enjoyed the drink nevertheless. Now, when it comes to the food, I ordered the campanelli, which on the menu, it was under the pasta section. I think it just said mushroom. It didn't say what type of mushroom, but they used maitake mushroom. But it said mushroom, peas, like snow peas, and Parmesan. That's all they tell you. That's all they tell you. So I was like, first I was looking at the regular menu, the full menu, and I was between that or the gnocchi. Now before we were at the restaurant, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the gnocchi because I remember they had like an Alfredo type sauce with it, and I was like so craving that. I love gnocchi, and I've been craving Alfredo sauces for some reason, like for the last month or so. So I was like, that's perfect. And it came with burrata. And if you know me, I love burrata. I'm obsessed with burrata. I have been obsessed with burrata for like the last, when did I first have burrata? In Mexico in like 2021, I think? I can't remember. Or 2022. Where I was like, oh, I'm obsessed. So I was like, oh, that sounds really good. But when I got to the restaurant, on the menu, that gnocchi dish was changed. And instead of a white sauce or Alfredo sauce, it was pomodoro sauce, or like a red sauce. So I was like, I'm not really in the mood for a red sauce pasta. Like, I eat that at home like all the time, and I had pasta with tomatoes literally like days prior. So I was like, I don't really want that, but I do want the burrata. But then I also, you know, can you guys make this with a white sauce instead? But I'm like, I don't really want to tweak the restaurant's dish. Like, I just want to eat whatever they have on the menu. And so I was going back and forth, and then I also, with the campanelli, I'm like, peas in a dish, a pasta dish, kind of weird. And so one of my friends, he said something about their Instagram, the restaurant's Instagram. I was like, oh, they have an Instagram? He said, yeah. So I looked at it. Why? The first thing that caught my attention was this pasta dish. I opened it up. It's the campanelli. I'm like, oh, that looks scrumptious. I'm ordering that right now. So I ordered it. I do not like mushrooms, by the way. I'm not a mushroom eater. I'm trying to become a mushroom eater, have been trying to become a mushroom eater for the past, like, when did I go to Houston? In 2021. So the last 3.5 years, I've been trying to become more comfortable with mushrooms. I did not grow up eating mushrooms at all. They freaked me out. Back in my childhood home, every now and then we used to have mushrooms grow up in the front lawn, and I think that spooked me out so much that I can't imagine eating them. So I've never been a mushroom person. My parents, they were never mushroom people. Nobody in my family that I can think of ever ate mushrooms. Like, we just never did. That was not a part of our cuisine ever. And so back in 2021, I went to Houston and I went to this vegan restaurant, and they had these deep fried mushrooms. The restaurant's called Mo Better Brews. They have a new name now, but I can't remember it. Those are the best mushrooms that I've ever tried. And those are what got me to like, okay, maybe I can expand my palate to eating mushrooms. Like, they're not so bad. They just have to be prepared a certain way. They can't be raw. No. And they can't just be like quickly, you know, cooked in a pan, you know, sauteed or something. No. They have to taste good. Like, you need to put some TLC in it. So the ones that I tried in Houston in 2021, those were deep fried. And those were amazing. Like, literally still hands down the best deep fried mushrooms that I've ever tried. I could eat those in my sleep. We've been back to the restaurant when we went to see Beyonce in 2023. That was the first, was that the first restaurant? Yeah, that was the first restaurant we went to. Amazing. Now, since 2021, like I said, I've been trying, and I'm doing pretty well at like not being so picky when it comes to mushrooms. Like, I don't take it out of all of my foods. I can just eat it and like not think about it. I still haven't gotten to the point where I can eat like the, you know, like the button mushrooms, like those like white mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms, or those like the round, really round looking mushrooms. I'm not at that point where I can eat that like in a stir fry or something and it still looks like that mushroom shape. Not there yet. But this campanelli dish, they use maitake mushrooms, which I don't think I've ever had a dish with maitake mushrooms. I've had, I think in my protein powder, because it has a mushroom blend, I think there's maitake mushroom in there, like maitake mushroom powder. But other than that, I don't think I've ever seen a maitake mushroom in person. But the maitake mushroom looks similar to an oyster mushroom, which I have had before. That's one of the mushrooms that I'm a little bit open to, because they don't look like the button mushroom. I think that's, I'm getting there, but the button mushroom, that shape of the mushroom, you know, with the cap and the stem, that just is like physically revolting to me. So the maitake mushroom kind of looks like the oyster mushroom. It's like kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a little, with little frillies, like ruffly. I don't know how to explain. But this is what they used in that campanelli dish. Now when I got it, I was like, it looks a little scary, but it looked just like the Instagram picture. That's very important. Like, you know, a company, for their Instagram, they're gonna have like the best photo of their food because they're getting professional photographers to take pictures of their food and stuff. When the waiter put it on my, you know, on my table setting or whatever, it looked just like the picture. And it looked good. The mushrooms were a little like, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't look that bad, I mean. So I was like, I'm gonna just eat it. I took my first bite of the pasta, of course, just the pasta part, and it was mixed in. So the pasta, when I took that first bite, I was like, oh my gosh, that is good. So I was eating the pasta, and I was like, I'm not even gonna wait. I was like, let me just try the mushroom. I tried a piece of the mushroom. I can physically still taste that mushroom right now. It was seasoned to perfection, and it was not deep fried. It wasn't fried at all. I think it's roasted, and then they mixed everything together, and the pasta, the peas, and the mushrooms were in like this really rich buttery sauce. I came home, actually the next day, I was talking to my sister, and I was just explaining it to her like, yo, whatever sauce they had it in, it wasn't like an Alfredo sauce at all. It was like a butter sauce. So it wasn't, you know, sauce all, you know, like laying on top of the food. No, I don't know how they made that dish. I definitely need to try it myself. But the mushroom was so well seasoned. It was like the perfect amount of salt. The dish had the perfect amount of butter. Like, it had so much butter, but it was good. Like, if you're eating out, there's gonna be a lot of butter, there's gonna be a lot of salt, there's gonna be a lot of sugar and other ingredients. But honestly, and I've been thinking about it nonstop ever since then. I already looked it up online, and so that they have a happy hour menu and they have an espresso lunch menu, and I'm like, I might have to go back for the espresso lunch menu. But I don't know if they have the campanelli on that menu. I don't know. I think they have the gnocchi on that menu, but that's fine. I'll try the gnocchi next. But I was like, oh my gosh. I literally sat there and was about to be finished eating. The plate was like this big. It was like a nice like oval or like long plate kind of thing. I had to stop myself. I was like, I really want to finish this, but I also really want some leftovers for tomorrow. Like, I know I'm gonna be upset if I wake up tomorrow and I don't have any leftovers because I ate it all the night before. So I had to physically stop myself. I asked for a box, like, yes, please box this up. I know it's a little bit, but I'm taking it home. I'm not leaving a crumb here. And that's what I did. And the next morning, it was so good. Like, I will go back, literally. And I'm not somebody who likes to go back to restaurants. Like, once I've tried a restaurant, like, okay, I've tried it, move on to the next. I'm not, like, I don't mind repeating restaurants, but once I've had it, like, we don't have to keep going back. We already had the restaurant, we already had their food, we already had their drinks, but that restaurant, I would go back 1,000%, like this week. And the other thing I didn't mention is they actually have a vegetarian menu, which I was impressed by. So when the waiter came to take our order, he, actually our drink order, I think, he asked if anybody had any allergies or dietary restrictions. And I always feel funny when waiters ask that, because I'm like, you know, being vegetarian, that's definitely not an allergy. Even though I kind of treat it like an allergy, because I don't like the thought of my food touching, you know, animal products or animal byproducts, specifically meat. Like, I don't want my food cooked on the same grill as a hamburger or steak or something. I know that I can't control it. I'm not in the kitchen, and I know any waiter or cook or chef will tell me, like, girl, like, if you only knew how a kitchen looks. I know, I understand that. I just can't know. Like, but if I ask and they tell me, or if I have an inkling, because like, why wouldn't they cook everything on a shared equipment, then I'd prefer not to. But yeah, I do kind of look at it myself as an allergy. Now, when a waiter asks, that's why I kind of feel weird, because vegetarianism is a dietary restriction, and there are some vegetarians out there who are vegetarian for religious reasons, but I'm not. But still, you know, you just never know. So sometimes I feel funny, like, oh, does anybody have an allergy or a dietary restriction? I'm like, well, I always say it like this, well, I'm vegetarian. And like, he was like, oh, I'll get a vegetarian menu for you. I was like, okay, thank you. Like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And he got me the menu. It was a smaller menu, of course, but I love that, like, attention to detail and like inclusivity, because then there's no question about what I can or cannot order. I don't have to ask the waiter a million questions. I could just ask him his recommendation. He actually did recommend the campanelli. He was like, it actually wasn't on the vegetarian menu, but he said it on his own. Before I said this is what I wanted, he was like, by the way, the campanelli is not on the vegetarian menu, but it is vegetarian. I was like, oh, perfect, because that's what I want to order. He was like, oh, good choice. So that's all I gotta say. Let me stop yapping. What's on the agenda today? Because now I've been talking for like 40 minutes. How long is this? Yeah, I've been recording for literally 38 minutes. I'm about to go upstairs and unbox this new fitness equipment that I got in the mail this week. If you guys are on TikTok, and specifically like you see TikTok shop products, there's this like ab board. It's called a Pilates ab board. It comes in like pink and purple. It also comes in black, but I never really see people with the black one as much. But it's this ab board that like you lay on your floor, you put it on your floor, and it allows you to do like different Pilates exercises on it, and like ab exercises. Well, I've been wanting one literally since they went like super viral. I've been wanting one so badly, and as a TikTok shop creator, I am allowed to like submit and like ask for samples from different shops, and no one ever approves me. I know it's probably because, well, one, you know, they're looking at like your numbers, your follower count, or your sales numbers and all that, and like I understand that. But also I don't make fitness content, so I feel like they're probably like, why would we send you one? Because I'm trying to become fit. I'm trying to get to the fitness part. And so I've been denied and declined probably like a good 10 times, which is a lot. And one time I even went and purchased it because I found one for super cheap, like really, really low, like less than $30. And I purchased it. The seller never sent out the ab board. Like I think it was like a scam or something, and they never sent it out, so my order was canceled. I got a refund, and I'm like, well, now what do I do? I thought I found like my solution. No. So finally, one of the top companies, like the #1 company who sells the board, they reached out to me because they knew that I wanted it and they had denied me before. So they reached out to me and said, hey, by the way, we have like an upgraded version, a new version of the ab board, and we'd love to send it to you. Would you like to sample it? Whatever. I was like, yes, please. Like, please send that in the mail. And they approved it. And so it came in the mail the other day. I have been just like looking at the box because I haven't had time to actually unbox it, and I really want to make sure I do it, you know, the proper way and take advantage of, you know, unboxing it and everything. And so finally today, I'm like, let me just put on like a fitness outfit. That's what I have on now. It's just some black Forever 21 leggings and this BBL jacket is what some people call it, from Echo Vision. And then this top is just a ribbed crop top from Primark. But yeah, I figured I would put like a little fitness outfit on so I can hop on TikTok live and do the unboxing there. If you're not following me on other social medias, TikTok and Instagram, follow me. It's oliviavalm. I've been thinking about changing my username, you guys. What do you guys think? I kind of feel like it's a little bit too late in the game, but also I don't have that big of a following where it's like it will throw people off. But I'm still trying to decide, like, it's not at the top of my priority list, but yeah, I've been thinking about it. All right, enough talking from me. Plus, this video file is gonna be huge. I can already tell. So scary. All right, bye. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna go live from up here. Just because I was gonna go live in the living room, but it's not as sunny. Like in the daytime, the sun shines on this side of the house and my living room is not on this side of the house, so it doesn't get as much sun. It's just not sunny very much at all in my living room. I'm so sad because I have finished. I'm like scraping literally the last of my Laneige lip sleeping mask. I've shown you guys this in my like skincare routine videos, everything. Look how empty this is. There's nothing in there. I'm just like scraping out hopes and wishes at this point because there's absolutely no more product in here. But every time I do, I get like the tiniest amount where I'm like, that's all I need right now. Also, oh yeah, I didn't finish telling you guys about the weekend. So after the restaurant, which was amazing, what we ended up doing was going out. So we went to Whiskey Mistress. I went there for the very first time. I've heard about it. Like, I heard about Whiskey Mistress like not 10 years ago, more like, oh shoot, has it been 10 years? Wow, I think it has been 10 years. Dang, time flies. Yeah, it's been more than 10 years. It was when I was still in Georgia. But yeah, I've heard about Whiskey Mistress for a very long time, but I never ended up going. I've never gone. And so we went right after dinner and it was actually cool. It was smaller than I expected. Like I knew it was a smaller, cozy spot. And the crowd was decent. Like it wasn't a bunch of young teeny poppers, but we had a really good time. The music was good in my opinion. I liked the music. And I would definitely go back. Now, there was a tragedy on Friday night. A very, very sad tragedy. There's a ring that I wear all the time, like not 100% of the time. I don't wear it when I'm home, but if I go out anywhere, like grocery store, I go to, I don't know, anywhere. If I'm leaving my house, you know, there's certain jewelry that you always have on, my earrings, my necklace, like how I have my necklace on all the time, I wear that ring. My ring all the time. It was a very sentimental ring, very sentimental, like extremely sentimental, where like just thinking about the fact that I lost it is so sad. Like it's, I know it seems dramatic, but it's a very sentimental ring. And even saying that I lost it, I'm getting like a lump in my throat because I really can't believe I lost my ring. And like my sister asked me how much did it cost. I'm like, it's priceless. There's no cost on that. And I don't blame anyone but myself because years ago, I've lost rings before that weren't so sentimental. They weren't sentimental at all, but I don't like losing any kind of, you know, anything, and especially any kind of jewelry. I don't like losing it. So I told myself years ago, I had this commitment to myself that if I ever went out, like, to party, I know I'm gonna maybe be drinking a little bit or a little bit more careless, that I would not wear any jewelry that I can't stand to lose. Like my necklace is fine because this, generally speaking, like I'm not gonna lose this, it's chained on my neck. But like rings that can come off easily, maybe earrings, like I'm not wearing that out. And so it's completely my fault that I even wore that jewelry on Friday, that ring, and I lost it. And like, I'm trying not to think about it so much, but I try not to think about it so much because it's lost. Like, there's nothing else I can do. I looked in my purse, I looked in the car. Those are the only two places that it could be. I've tried to kind of look at photos and videos from that night, so like I can kind of determine where I lost it, but it's not really, yeah, there's no answer to that. I didn't lose it at the restaurant. I still had it on when we were at the bar or whatever, Whiskey Mistress. But at some point at Whiskey Mistress, I lost it. It was probably when I was inside, because like at some point I went inside and, you know, we were dancing and stuff, and I just, something tells me that that was probably when I lost it. But there's nothing I can do about it. But so yeah, let me hop on live and stop thinking about this lost ring, because it's just gonna make me even more sad. I am on my way to the grocery store. I have to do some grocery shopping because I don't have any groceries. All that I have in my pantry right now is ramen. Things I need to get. I made a list. I always make a list. So I'm getting bananas, wine, chickpeas, jasmine rice, Parmesan cheese, pasta, black beans, vegetable broth, a few of them because they're on sale, tortilla chips for today and probably for tomorrow and maybe the next day, cornstarch because I need that to fry my tofu. I like making like pan fried tofu, but I haven't had cornstarch in a while, and that's like the key ingredient to getting crispy tofu. The cheese dip, I'm risking it. I'm gonna try the Kroger brand because it's way cheaper than Tostitos. It's like half the price of Tostitos, and they have a coupon for it. So yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. I figure if I could eat Taco Bell, I can eat Kroger brand cheese dip, right? Then we have the Beyond Steak, which I'm on the fence about getting. I'm only getting it because it was the first like Impossible Beyond item that I saw. And it's on sale, like for a good price. Full price is $7.99. Right now it is on sale for $4.99, and it almost never goes that low. The only issue is they tend to be out of stock for that. Even if it doesn't show on the app, like I'll get in there and be in the aisle and I'm like, where the heck is the Beyond Steak? So they might not even have that. But I was gonna take it off my list because I don't really need it. Like, I don't have to do steak nachos. But then I'm like, at a price like that, like, why not just get it? Even if I don't use it for the nachos, I can use it for something else because that's a really good price. Then we have Gardein vegan frozen fishless fillets. I love those. Haven't had those since like last summer. They're not on sale, but they have a coupon, so I figure why not use it? 75 cents off. Full price is $5.99. Like, that's my little treat yourself item. And then I'm gonna get the Morningstar Meal Starters Grillers vegan crumbles. So I never had this version of crumbles. I usually don't get crumbles. I get like the Impossible block or the Beyond block, and then I just crumble it in the pan myself. But those weren't on sale and full price. Those go up like every few months. Right now they are both full price for $9.99 and $10.99. And that just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna do the crumbles, which you get 12 ounces for $4.99. Plus there's a $1.50 coupon for this $4.99 Morningstar crumbles. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, I have a Morningstar coupon, but it's only for one item. And I have two. Yeah, I have to remove this. I was gonna get the corn dogs. I know it sounds crazy, but the vegan Morningstar corn dogs are so good, and I haven't had them in years. I haven't had those since like I was a newfound vegetarian, but I figured I would get them today because I have this $1.50 coupon. But the coupon is only for one item. That's the issue. And I'm already getting the crumbles. Or should I not get the crumbles? Let's see, wait. But I actually think for nachos, the crumbles will taste better. Like, the steak is nice, but then I'm getting the steak regardless, or I was. So maybe, I don't know. So I'm gonna get the corn dogs. We also have the field roast apple and sage sausages. Haven't had those in a hot minute, and I used to be obsessed with those. So I'm gonna get those. Some Light Life hot dogs because they have those. And they have a coupon. They're on sale and they have a coupon. I need to get hot dog buns though. I forgot about that. And then the tempeh crumbles and of course some tofu just because I always want tofu on hand. Let's see, hot dog buns. That's the one thing I forgot to add to the list. I always try to get like the healthier of whatever I'm getting, but yeah, if I was at a restaurant, this is how I keep myself in check. If I was at a restaurant, I would just eat whatever they give me. Like, I don't know if their buns have high fructose corn syrup or not, or if they're organic or not, you know, unless they advertise that. But generally speaking, you're just eating whatever grade of food that they get. And like I said, with the Taco Bell stuff, if I could eat Taco Bell, I could eat non-organic groceries. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go shopping. I have my little reusable bags. This thing is humongous. Got my little bag and let's go. Okay, story of my life. Some vegetarian or vegan came and ate all the crumbles. That's where they're supposed to be and it's empty. So I think I'm gonna switch back to the steak. Okay, they also don't have the steak. It's out of stock, as you can see. Every time I come to Kroger, I'm like, who is buying up everything that I want? They shop just like me. So I can't get that. I can switch to one of these, but I could do chorizo crumbles. That might actually be good.
I'ma be on the next level. I'ma be rocking over that bass trap. I'ma be chilling with my mother crew. I'ma be making all them deals you wanna do. I'ma be up in them A-list flicks, doing one-handed flips, and I'ma be sipping, don't trip, cause I'ma be shaking my hips. You gon' be licking your lips.